You think you know the man behind John Rambo and Rocky Balboa, but these shocking truths about his life that no one was meant to know will change the way you see the powerful, tough guy actor forever. Now, let's begin. Fact 1. A difficult childhood. Born on July 6, 1946 in New York City, Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone, of Italian descent, had an extremely difficult childhood. He grew up in a hostile family environment. His mother, Jackie, physically and emotionally abused him, and his father, Frank, was violent and often told him he would never amount to anything.
Repetitive, because it was told to me so many times. My mother would say, the only reason you're here is because the hanger didn't work.
These experiences left deep emotional scars. Constant conflicts and his parents' divorce left a lasting mark on his early years, much of which he spent in boarding schools away from home. He was expelled from more than 10 schools due to behavioral issues and poor academic performance. But honestly, how could he perform well in school with everything he was going through? To avoid feeling intimidated, he turned to bodybuilding, training with concrete blocks due to a lack of resources. He also worked as a hairdresser and as a zoo cage cleaner. Stallone has acknowledged that all these traumas shaped his character and his worldview, driving him to seek validation through success.
It's over! Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
Fact 2. Facial paralysis. Sylvester Stallone was born amid a complicated delivery. His mother went into labor on a bus and was taken to a public hospital, where doctors used forceps incorrectly, damaging a facial nerve. This caused permanent paralysis on the left side of his face, affecting his mouth, lips, tongue, and chin. As a child, he was often teased for his crooked smile and the way he spoke. This condition had a deep impact on his self-esteem. But instead of giving up, Stallone turned his flaw into a personal trademark. Over time, his asymmetrical face and distinctive voice became unmistakable. The producers of Rocky saw in him the perfect image of a man beaten by life, yet with a fighting spirit. Although he later underwent some surgeries to soften the asymmetry, he never hid his story. His voice, his expression, and his determination turned him into an action movie icon and a symbol of resilience.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Fact 3. He sold his dog. During the toughest years of his youth, Stallone's only companion was Butkus, a bull mastiff puppy he adopted in 1969 when he was just 6 months old. Although mischievous and destructive, Butkus became his greatest emotional support during those hard times. Stallone's situation became so dire that he spent weeks sleeping in a bus station and barely had enough to eat. Desperate, he was forced to sell his only friend to a stranger in front of a 7-Eleven as he couldn't feed or care for him. According to various sources, he sold Butkus for between $25 and $50, and Stallone himself has said it was the saddest moment of his life. Years later, after receiving his first paycheck from Rocky, the very first thing he did was track down Butkus's new owner and paid up to $15,000 to bring his companion back without hesitation. Not only did Butkus return to his side, but he also appeared in Rocky and Rocky II, becoming one of the most iconic dogs in cinema and a symbol of the unbreakable bond between the actor and his loyal friend.
Oh, yo, look at that. Hey, Butkus, look at that. Your neck looks great, huh? Is that neck? Hey.
Fact 4. He acted in adult films. Before becoming a cinema legend, Sylvester Stallone faced a series of rejections that almost made him give up on his dreams. In 1971, desperate for a role, Stallone auditioned to be one of the 250 extras in the wedding scene of The Godfather. However, he was rejected with a phrase he would never forget: "You don't look Italian enough." For a man of Italian descent on his father's side, these words were a devastating blow. With no money, no home, and no opportunities, Stallone faced a desperate decision. With only $20 in his bank account, he agreed to star in an adult film titled The Party at Kitty and Studs. This was undoubtedly one of the most difficult and desperate moments of his life. Fact 5. Box office record. Sylvester Stallone is one of only 2 actors in Hollywood history, alongside Harrison Ford, who has starred in films that reached #1 at the box office across 6 consecutive decades, from the 1970s to the 2020s. From Rocky in the 70s, Rambo in the 80s, Demolition Man in the 90s, Driven in the 2000s, The Expendables in the 2010, to The Suicide Squad in 2021, where he voiced King Shark. Stallone has proven to be an unstoppable force in entertainment. His legacy is truly remarkable. Fact 6. No stunt doubles and nearly died. If there's one thing that defines Stallone, it's his obsession with realism. In his films, there's no room for fear or stunt doubles. For decades, Sylvester Stallone insisted on performing all his own stunts, regardless of age or danger. One of the most shocking instances occurred during the filming of Rocky IV. In the final fight against the imposing Dolph Lundgren, he asked his co-star to really hit him to make the scene look authentic. But the price was incredibly high. Lundgren delivered such a brutal punch to his chest that Stallone's heart slammed against his sternum, causing severe inflammation known as cardiomegaly. He was rushed to intensive care with an inflamed heart, hospitalized for several days, and later confessed that he felt like he was going to die, that he had been completely smashed. This episode not only shows his dedication to cinema, but also the extreme lengths he was willing to go for the perfect shot. If you think this fact is incredible, keep watching until the end. You won't believe the final shocking fact.
Rocky Balboa is in serious trouble. They might have to stop this one before somebody gets killed.
Fact 7. The new media clan. Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett are Sylvester Stallone's 3 youngest daughters, and they currently stand out in various fields such as modeling, acting, sports, and digital media. Sophia has focused on communications and entrepreneurship. Sistine has worked as an international model and actress, and Scarlett has shown through her athletic talent and her recent venture into acting. Their constant presence on social media and in the reality show The Family Stallone has led many to compare them to media clans like the Kardashians, establishing them as a new youthful reference in Hollywood's elite. However, Stallone has 5 children in total. His 2 eldest, Sage and Sergio, were born from his first marriage. Sage, who also acted alongside his father in Rocky V, tragically passed away in 2012 at the age of 36, deeply affecting Sylvester Stallone and marking a turning point in his personal and professional life. Meanwhile, Sergio was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3 and has lived a more private life, away from the public eye. Fact 8. Stallone's fortune. Currently, Sylvester Stallone's fortune is estimated between $400 and $450 million, but it's not just about how much money he has. It's about how he built it. The actor created this empire through blood, sweat, and strategy. He didn't just star in films, he also wrote, directed, and produced his own movies. Franchises like Rocky, Rambo, and The Expendables not only brought him fame, but also became money-making machines that he helped build from scratch. On top of that, his investments in real estate, restaurants, and private businesses have positioned him today as a true living legend, not only in cinema, but also in the business world. Fact 9. The highest paid actor of the 80s and 90s. With a career spanning over 60 films and a global box office gross of around $2 billion, Sylvester Stallone was for decades one of the highest paid action stars, especially during the 80s and 90s, earning between $15 and $20 million per movie in franchises like Rocky, Rambo, and The Expendables. However, in this last franchise, Stallone accepted a pay cut, and it was Jason Statham who became the highest paid actor. Who better to dethrone a legend than another legend? Statham is one of those guys you see on a poster, and without thinking, you buy a ticket with your eyes closed. Even if the movie is terrible, it'll still be worth watching, I promise. By the way, if you want us to make a special video with the most shocking facts about Jason Statham, leave it in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to leave us a big like and subscribe to support our content. Now, let's continue. Fact 10. He turned down $350,000 to keep his dream alive. During the toughest years of his youth, Stallone lived in extreme poverty. He had only $106 in his bank account, no car, couldn't find work, and was desperate. It was in the middle of this despair that one night, Stallone watched on TV a fight between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner, an unknown boxer who lasted until the final round against one of the greatest legends of all time. That fight ignited something in him. And in just 3 days, he wrote the script for Rocky, a story inspired by his own life. That of a man ignored and beaten down by the world, yet chasing an impossible dream. When he presented the script to the studios, offers quickly started coming in. He was offered up to $350,000, but with one condition: he couldn't star in it. For a man who had nothing, it was an unimaginable sum. Keep in mind that $350,000 in the 1970s is equivalent to nearly $3 million today. Would you turn down almost $3 million to follow your heart and fight for your dreams? Stallone stood firm with this thought and certainty: either I star in it, or there's no deal. He risked everything, and in the end, the producers agreed. The film didn't just succeed, it won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and made Stallone a global icon. This moment defines who Sylvester Stallone truly is: a man who chose risk over selling out, who turned hunger, rejection, and loneliness into an immortal story. Rocky wasn't just a character, it was his reflection, his fight, and his victory. As an additional note, Rocky didn't just change Stallone's life, it touched millions of hearts worldwide. The film was ranked by the American Film Institute as one of the 100 most inspiring movies of all time. Its lines became eternal, like this one.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody.
A line that perfectly captures the fighting spirit Sylvester Stallone instilled in his story. Moreover, during the filming of Rocky II, Stallone invited the legendary Panamanian boxer Roberto "Hands of Stone" Duran to play Rocky Balboa's sparring partner. Stallone wanted authenticity in the boxing scenes, but quickly realized the difference between an actor and a professional boxer. In an interview, Stallone said,
I realized the difference between amateur and consummate pro. The way he could move his head just an inch, it's impossible to hit him. This man would demolish me. And put it this way, if it was a fight, the fight would be 11 seconds, including the count.
The Panamanian boxing legend Roberto Duran also recalled Stallone saying, "Duran, don't hit me hard in the face. Remember, I'm a movie actor. If you hit me, you'll ruin my face and make me ugly." This encounter shows that Stallone, committed to authenticity, also recognized limits when facing a true champion. Now it's your turn. Leave us a comment with your favorite Sylvester Stallone movie, and let us know if you'd like the next Shocking Facts video to feature Jason Statham or another actor. For now, I recommend you don't miss this video about Hulk Hogan and his appearance in Rocky III, when he sent Stallone and several others on set to the hospital. I'll also reveal several secrets about what really happened during that movie. Don't miss this video for anything in the world. Click now, give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our content, where action and adrenaline never stop.